Hello everyone, my name is Sagar and I hope you are doing well. In this video, we are going to see how we can classify text. So let's understand a sample scenario that we are going to do here. Let me open Notepad and first of all, let's try to understand the requirement. Okay, so assume you have multiple type of documents. Okay, so usually you can't directly predict what is available inside a document. So generally a document can be, it can be related to your sports, it can be related to your news, it can be related to your entertainment, right, etc. etc. So there are different category of documents. Okay. Let us assume you are building an application where you need to classify the documents. Okay. So we will see how our AI will able to detect these classification through UI and through Python code as well. Okay. So for that, what I'm going to do, first of all, I will create the resource first. So the resource that I'll be creating would be language service. So I will search for my language service. Here we go. Here we go. I can create this. Alright. So here if you see in our last videos we have seen this default option, we have seen this custom question answering solution, but now let's go with this one. Okay. Custom text classification. I will continue to create your resources. And here again we need to fill this basic details. I will select my correct resource group. I'll make sure my region. Okay, and this service may not be available in every region, so you can check out at the moment, like depending upon your region. And then here I can go with this free pair here. Okay, and additionally I will provision a new storage account as well. So I will give a name to my storage account as something like this. And here I can select my storage account type. So we have different. So I will go with the least, that is standard allowance. Okay. Then again here I will need to select it. Yeah, I'll be clicking here on this one, and then I will simply go ahead, review and create. I will run my validation here. Alright, so by the time it is running validation, let me do one thing. Okay, first of all, let me hit on create button because it will take some time to deploy this resource. And my next step, I can go to this particular URL, aka.ms classification articles. Here you will find some articles. Okay, let me open this. Here a zip file is downloaded. Okay, I can open my zip file here. Alright, and here if you see inside my zip file, I have 13 articles. So if I open any random article, so it is probably about sports, right? Similarly, let me open any random on this one. So this looks to be about entertainment or movies, right? So we have different categories of articles with us. So what I will do, I will unzip this file because I need to leverage it. So I can extract this. Okay, I will extract to the same type of folder, the normal folder. Okay. Alright. So here I have extracted my folder. Now if you see, it will basically provision two services. Okay. It is also going to provision a storage account as well. Okay, so it has provision our language service here. Let me wait for some time, and hopefully my storage account will also be available. So once my storage account will be available, the first thing is that I need to provide access to my user. So the access that I'll be providing is, let me write in Notepad somewhere here. In Notepad. Alright. So basically I'll be providing this access storage blob data owner role. Okay. and then we'll do, the training of the basic training will label our documents. Okay, then later on our AI application will detect the article type for us. So if you see, my storage account is also provisioning now. So what I can do, I can go here and I can go to my access control. Okay, here I can go to add role assignment here. Maximize the screen. Okay, here I can search for that role, log data. Yeah, this one. Okay, I can go next. I can select member here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to assign this particular access to my user. So here I've selected my user and I will go ahead and will review and assign. I will click here. So this step is important, else you might get an error. So you can check whether the role assignment is there. Okay, so if you see here, you have this particular access. Okay, now the next here would be, I will go to my containers. So I'll be creating a container here. But before even doing that, we need to verify one thing. If you go to your storage account here, if the type is general purpose v1, so you need to upgrade it here. Okay, so if you see here, the retirement is this date, so we are advised to upgrade it. So I can upgrade it here. So okay, I will simply click here and I have this option to upgrade this. So here what I will do, I will say allow anonymous access as yes, and I can upgrade. I will say yeah, I have read everything, blah blah, and I can simply upgrade it. Okay, now if I'll go to overview, I should see my v2 type. Okay, alright, then the next step here would be, I need to create a container. So I will call my container as articles. Alright, so I can simply create this. But before even doing that, I need to change this one. So what I will do, let me close this. So basically I need to enable the anonymous access here. So I can go to my configuration here, and here I will select this option, allow blob anonymous access. I can save this. Okay, now I'll go to container, and now if I'll try to add my container, so here I will get this option. Okay, so I will say anonymous read access is allowed, and I will call my container as articles. Alright, now inside this article, what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload all the articles here. So I will say upload, I will browse, I can go to my downloads, and inside this article I have all the 13 articles available. Okay, so I will select this override option as well, and I will upload this. Okay, so now all the files has been uploaded into my this article container inside my storage account. Okay, now the next here would be, I will go to a different tab, and here I will search for my AI Language Studio portal. So you can go to language.cognitive.azure.com, and I will hit enter. But yeah, here I can sign in, so it should take the user from single sign in. So it will say welcome and all this, so it's not required. And here make sure to select your correct directory, subscription, and your resource is already there. And here you can select your resource name. So basically this is your language resource. So I will say done. Okay, now once you are done, then we have option here. So what we are going to do, we are going to create custom text classification of our document. Okay, So here the first thing is that our resource and storage account is already selected, so I will go ahead. And the next thing is here the classification. So I will go with the single label classification. Then here I need to give a name. So I will say classify lab, something like this. And here I will select English as the primary language. Alright. And then here you can add some description. I will say custom text lab. We'll go ahead and we'll click on next. Again, here you need to choose your blob container. So this is our container, right? Article. So you need to select the same. Okay. And then here I will say I need to label one. Yeah, I'll select this one. I'll click on next. And here I can again review my information, my resource name, project type, description, language, multiple languages allowed, blah blah. And I will say create my project. Okay, once my project will be created, that is really created. So the next thing would be I need to label my document here. Okay, so if you see this one, okay, and if you open this, so this seems to be related to your sports, right? So the first thing is that what we'll do, we'll add a few classes here. Okay, so I will say here this has right. I will add one more and I will call it as sports. Then news. So I'm simply adding some classes here. Then next would be entertainment. Alright. So I've added the classification. Okay, now I can go through my document because we were training it. Okay, so I can click here in this article one. Okay, if I open this, again this is related to your sports, so I can label it towards my sport. Okay, okay, and you also have an option called auto label, but we are not going to leverage it for now. Then I can go to my this one. Okay, now if you see this one is kind of new. Okay, and here if you see if you add a tag, this will also be discussed. For example, for my article number 11, this will be 200. Okay, now again this one would be news again. This 13 would be sports one. Okay, and again 2 is again sports. Let me quickly do it. This 3 is classified and this one is classified. Okay, let me do one thing here. So this article, let me do at a single go 5, 6. 5 is sports. No, it's entertainment. 5 and 6 are entertainment. And this article number 9 is also entertainment. Okay, then we are left with 7 and 8. So they belong to news. Alright, so the labeling is done. Okay, all the articles have label. So if you go here, and I can come here. No, I want to save these changes. Okay, so here now if you see the ready for training option is available for us. Okay, so before that what I'm going to do, second here. Okay, it is automatically saved. Okay. Click on next document here. Okay, so they all seems to be saved. Now what I will do, we need to train our model. So I'll go to my training job. I will say start a training job here. Here I need to give a name, so I will call it as I want to classify articles. Okay, then the next option here would be, we'll go with this option only. Okay, automatically split one. So I will click on my train button here. Okay, now what will happen, it will start the training. Okay, based on all these documents it is going to train our model. Okay, now this will take some time. Then the next step here would be to evaluate our model, and then we'll deploy our model. Okay, so it will take some time. So again, it should be 100%, but it would be really big because we haven't provided very expensive data. Then we are going to this, then we are going to deploy, then we can test it right away as well. Then we'll use the Python code in order to test it. So I'm going to pause the video. Okay, so the training is completed. Okay, so what I can do, let me refresh. Okay, so this is completed here, and now the next here would be your model performance. Okay, so what you can do, you can simply run the evaluate, so it is going to show you how your model is going to perform, and F1 score you can see here. Test it as well. Okay, 1 second, let me run the evaluation now. Okay, so this one. Okay, this is still in preview, so let me deploy my model. Okay, if you see the F1 score is there. So I'll click on add deployment. I can give a name to my deployment. I will say it as articles. Here I am to select my model, that is my classify articles, and here's the reason, so that will come automatically. So I will go ahead and will deploy. Now, once it will be deployed, then we can use these APIs and everything into our code, okay, so that we can use these URLs into our SDK, okay. Now this is done, so let's quickly jump towards our PowerShell here, so that we can work on our SDK. So I will say apply. Okay, and the next thing is I'm going to maximize it, and I will go to my classic version. Alright. Okay, so while this is in progress, so the first thing is that I am going to clone a repo from Microsoft GitHub repo. So it is authenticating and should be ready in a minute. Okay, alright. So the first I will be entering this command. I will ensure if I have this folder earlier, I want to delete it, and I'm going to clone this particular repo. Okay, I will hit enter. So if you see, this has been cloned. Okay, now further I want to go to a specific location, so I will type this here. So I want to go inside this mslearn AI language left file 04 text classification. Okay, inside my Python this classify text. Okay, I will hit enter. Okay, alright, now I am here. Now the first thing is that let me show you as well. If I open this and let me go to left files here, so I'm going to go to 04 text classification. Alright, so the first thing is that let's prepare the environment variable here. So what I will do, I'll be entering some command here. So let me put it here first. I can copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Oh, sorry. Let me again recopy. I have to paste with Control Shift 3. One more time, please. Copy. Alright. So press Control Shift V in order to paste in your this PowerShell, and then I'm going to activate the script. So there's a script available inside this. You can check it out. Alright, and next here I want to do some installation of my packages, and I'm installing this Azure AI Text Analytics. You can say Control Shift V. Alright, now this will take some time, a few seconds. Okay, Alright, now this is ready. So you put a refresh here, click on this folder, click refresh, and now what you will see inside your this Python, where is that? Inside my this here. Okay, I will click here. So now I need the four things here. So what I can do, if you see here, this is my deployment name and my model name. So that is already available, articles and classify lab. And the next is my AI service endpoint is needed. So let me duplicate this tab here. Let me see code.azure.com. Okay, I will go to overview. I can go to my resource group, and here I will see my this language service. And here I need two things, my endpoint URL and my key. So this is my endpoint URL. I can copy this and I can paste it here. Be very specific when you are doing copy paste of this. A single digit can mess your application. And here I will add my API service key and I can save. Press Ctrl S. Okay. Now we are done with all this. Now the next step here would be about our this code. Okay, so let me. All right. So if you see this code here, first of all, it is taking all this information like a project name, deployment name, AI endpoint key. Then we need to do authentication. Okay, so now in order to get the code, so you can go to GitHub. Here simply put Sagar D365. Go to the CI coding here, and here you will have that custom text classification. So you can copy this code and paste it here. Okay, now let's focus on this code. We try to maximize it. Yeah. All right. Here the first thing is that again, you are importing. You are importing, your namespaces, your text analytics service, and your authentication is here. And this is your main method. Here you are, loading all your configuration, and you are going to get all the environment keys that we have just set up few minutes back. Then again here you are getting the credential, okay, the key, and then your client here, AI client. So basically you are providing your endpoint and credential, okay. Then here you are simply reading all the documents. So you are telling that my folder is article, so that is even true. If you go second here, if you see here you have this folder, right? Okay, so you have this folder named as articles, okay, in this repo. And here you have two articles, okay. The first one is celebrity, it looks to be more entertainment, but let's see. And the second looks to be sports, right? Okay, so now let's again go back to my code here and let's maximize. Okay, so I think we were here that we have selected our folder, so we are saying that we are simply reading the files from the folder here, and we are reading each file, and we need to encode this particular file, okay, and then we are appending it here. Then we are using this batch document, our project and deployment name, so that we can get the classification. So the AI is doing classification for us from, like, so for example, what type of documents will be there. Then here the result will be stored into this particular variable. Then at the end we are going to print. Okay, so this is something classification and all this. And we are also printing the confidence as well. So for example, how much AI model is confidence about a particular document. Okay, and this is for exception. This is our main one. Okay, now in order to test this program, so I can simply call this Python code. so I can simply type Python classify text, because this is what my file name, and if I will press enter here, so it should tell me the information about both my articles. So there are two articles. So if you see text one, it is related to entertainment and the confidence is 0.3, and for this one the confidence is 0.34. Okay, now if in case you, let's do one thing. Okay, let me make it somewhat smaller here, and let me change something in my text. So if you see here, the confidence is 0.3, and this is regarding the entertainment. So let's change something in sports. Okay, to do this is the second text file. So I will say that football is widely played. It is very famous, especially. Okay, let me enter something like this. Okay, and let me rerun this. So we should see a change in the confidence score. It should be again from 0.3, but it should be somewhere. Okay, 0.26. Okay, I haven't provided more accurate information. Okay, so what I can do, let me 10 lines about IPL and India stats. Okay, so let me copy few information. Okay, so I'm going to copy this sample data and I can paste it here. Okay, and I'm going to save this, and now let me again rerun this. Okay, if you see, the score has been increased now. Okay, now see, this also looks a kind of news as well, because these are the facts. Okay, right, it could be news as well. Okay, so that's why the score is showing this much. Okay, so all right, so this is about all this video that I want to cover. So what we have done, just to simplify, so we have used AI service, like our language AI service, but our focus was to classify our documents, because documents can be of multiple categories and types, right? So we have selected some labels. Okay, so the labels were news, sports, entertainment. So we uploaded our data into blob storage first, like the storage account. Then we, basically put our label. We manually tell that, okay, these are the labels. So this is a sports kind of document. Okay, this is entertainment, blah, blah. Okay. Then we trained our model. Then it tells us the performance and we deployed this. Okay. Once we deployed our model, then we have this, our deployment name and model name. Okay. So that we feed inside of this environment here. Okay, and here we provided our language endpoint and key, and we hard coded some files in order to test this program inside our article folder. And here was our main code. Yeah, so this was our code. Here we were using this text analytics service. First of all, we did the authentication. We read our folder content one by one. Then we fetch our code to classify. Then at the end, once that is done, we are simply displaying the confidence and the category. Okay. Even you can have multiple things as well. If you will, add something else, okay, you can try it out. So thank you for watching this video.